Welcome to this lecture on the COSO Framework Overview, the cornerstone of modern internal control systems. In this session, we'll explore what COSO is, why it matters, and how its components work together to strengthen governance, transparency, and organizational resilience. The COSO framework was introduced in 1992 by the Committee of Sponsoring Organizations of the Treadway Commission. Its purpose was to provide a comprehensive model for designing, implementing, and evaluating internal controls. Before COSO, there was no universal definition of internal control, leading to inconsistency and confusion across industries. COSO changed that by providing a unified language and structure recognized worldwide. At its core, the COSO framework defines internal control as a process designed to provide reasonable assurance that objectives will be achieved in three key areas: operations, reporting, and compliance. These objectives form the foundation for every control system, no matter the organization's size or industry. Let's unpack these objectives. Operational objectives focus on efficiency and effectiveness, ensuring that the organization's resources are used wisely to meet strategic goals. Reporting objectives ensure accuracy and reliability in both financial and non-financial information. Compliance objectives safeguard the organization against legal and regulatory violations. Now, the COSO framework is built on 5 interrelated components. These are the building blocks that ensure the system works as intended. The first component is the control environment. This is the foundation, the tone at the top, the ethical values, and the structure that influence how control is exercised throughout the organization. Leadership commitment to integrity and accountability sets the tone for all other controls. The second component is risk assessment. Every organization faces risks, internal and external, that may prevent it from achieving its objectives. COSO emphasizes identifying and analyzing these risks, determining their likelihood and impact, and designing responses to manage them effectively. The third component is control activities. These are the specific actions, approvals, verifications, and reconciliations that help ensure directives are carried out. They include both preventive controls, which stop problems before they occur, and detective controls, which identify issues after the fact. The fourth component is information and communication. For controls to function, accurate and timely information must flow across all levels of the organization. Communication ensures that employees understand their responsibilities and that management receives the information needed for decision-making. The fifth and final component is monitoring activities. Internal control systems must evolve as conditions change. Monitoring involves regular evaluations, internal audits, and corrective actions to ensure controls remain effective and relevant. Imagine these 5 components as gears in a machine. Each one must work smoothly and in sync for the organization to function effectively. If one component fails, for example, weak leadership or poor communication, the entire system's reliability is compromised. One of COSO's most powerful features is its adaptability. It's not a checklist, it's a framework. That means it can be applied to businesses, nonprofits, and government agencies of any size. It scales up or down depending on complexity, helping organizations maintain balance between control and efficiency. In 2013, COSO updated its framework to address new challenges like globalization, technology, and regulatory changes. The update introduced 17 guiding principles that provide a more granular approach to implementing the 5 components. These principles help organizations assess not just whether controls exist, but whether they are functioning effectively in practice. The COSO framework also emphasizes the concept of reasonable assurance, acknowledging that no system can eliminate all risk. Instead, it aims to reduce risk to an acceptable level, supporting sound decision-making without creating unnecessary bureaucracy. Ultimately, the COSO framework is about more than compliance. It's about building trust. It ensures that leaders have confidence in their data, that investors and regulators can rely on reports, and that employees understand their role in maintaining integrity. To summarize, the COSO framework unites 5 essential components: control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, and monitoring. Together, they help organizations achieve their objectives, manage risks, and foster accountability. In the next lecture, we'll explore each of these components in depth, starting with the control environment, the foundation that defines an organization's ethical and cultural strength. Thank you for joining me in this overview of the COSO framework.